Hello, everybody. So, the cat daddy, that would be me, Cynical Jeeps, is currently looking at the U.S. elections. It is election night, a very important night. And yes, I am Canadian, but what happens down south is very important. Not only to us, but to a lot of the US is pretty much involved in anything and everything around the world. So somehow, some of these policies may or may not affect you in your area. Yeah, so I'm having myself a cup of coffee here because, yep, let's face it, folks. Okay, see, let's write something here. Canadian is watching the U.S. elections. And there we go. Now let's put this in news and politics because it is kind of that. Let's go to the desktop and put in this. There we go. No, I don't have a playlist. It doesn't need to go into. No, there's no altered content. Let's go with Trump, Harris, election. There we go. So hopefully some people will join me and watch what's going on here. So hopefully I don't get too many things, but we'll switch tabs here and there. Hopefully I won't get any strikes because, yeah, some of this is CNN, some of this is Fox, and some of this is NBC. So 82% of estimated votes counted. Trump is at, okay, this is this okay, depends where. This is Pennsylvania, Rhode Island. Okay. So they're going state by state, South Carolina, South Dakota. So hopefully it's a big enough of a margin that we don't go through a repeat of, that day in January, some many, many years ago. But yeah, okay. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Georgia, ooh, only 11% counted in Michigan. Or was that Wisconsin? It's hard to see here. Estimated votes counted. So it depends where it is and where it goes. But Trump 68-31 in Alabama. Trump 59-39 Arkansas. Colorado, Harris is in the lead, which I'm not really surprised about Colorado, but Connecticut, Harris is in the lead. Ew, I was not expecting that. Delaware, Harris. Okay, I'm not surprised by that. Trump in Florida. Florida, for a very long time, everybody would say, whoever wins Florida wins the election back in the Bush years. So, okay, let's see here. Uh, so that's pretty much set up. let's set up another one. So I can do a vertical stream. We can try that, right? Schedule a stream. Nope. And I can't even use the other one. Okay, so create a new one. Oh, yeah. Okay, streaming software. Nope, not people and blogs. Let's go to news and politics. No playlists. No, it's not made for kids. There we go. Next. Next. There we go. I need to change the stream key, right? Okay, let's switch then over to this. News project state Republican. Okay. And CNN is just showing people voting, I guess, or people counting votes. Okay, so reset this. Copy. Let's go to here. Let's go to this. Okay, and let's start. There we go. And here I do need to, yeah. U.S. election results. Watch party. There we go. Okay, is it connecting? Why is it not connecting? Oh, it is now. Hey, kitty cat. You want to come and see Daddy? You're just bored because now you hear me talking. Yep, kitty cat. So there we go. Oh, do I need to click the go live button? There we go. Just in case I did have to click on that. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. Okay. Holy Lord. Pause and pause. So we'll see how things go tonight. YouTube doesn't know me very much. I haven't live streamed very much on this channel. I am trying to start up a news and politics branch because I do have a lot of politics. See, I'm Canadian, and even what's going down in the States is very important. Okay, we are starting to see some colors on the map. Now, why is he changing those colors? Or if he clicks on something, it shows us. What if? Okay, this is a what if. So, strangely enough, I'm kind of hoping that Trump will win. Georgia, too close to call. Arkansas, Trump. 18% in, but he's still the projected winner. Ooh, Colorado. Well, yes, we knew about Colorado. It is still very much all over the place, isn't it? Nevada. Ooh, I'm surprised about Nevada. This is gonna be crazy, folks. Really, it is. Sorry, I don't want to put my cup necessarily in front of the screen there. But yeah, wow. This is crazy stuff. Projected winner in Delaware. Watch as ballots are processed in critical. Yeah, can we not get another CNN thing? Whoops, let's go back forwards. Let's go back to CNN. Come on, you guys must have something other than watching ballot counting. No, that's all you have live. That is super crazy, CNN. Really? Wow. Okay. So CNN doesn't have any commentaries on YouTube? And CNN are. I don't know what's going on with CNN there. Six battlegrounds, Indiana, projected winner. So I don't know why they're saying these projected winners. Iowa, Harris. Ooh, this is a close fight, folks. But only 14% of the votes in. So it's going to be a very, very long night. I don't know about you. I think that, how can I say? Recently in British Columbia, Canada, we had some elections. And it was so close. See that we are, 2 weeks after the elections. The fact that the results weren't released the evening of the elections was a that's what when I saw that happening here in Canada, I was like, man, is this what is going to happen during the American elections? Remember when we used to have the results the same evening? I feel like it's important that we do have them the same day as the elections are held. And why was it possible to do this many, many, many years ago? Okay, there's more populations, therefore there's more votes to count. But, uh, I mean, we are a democratic society, nation, etc., etc. You'd think that we would prioritize the fact that we do have elections. So this is a little bit why I am left baffled. I mean, in BC, okay, it was just really a couple of maybe 1,000 votes difference. So, yeah, you have to kind of declare it a tie. Maybe even force a possibility of having to go back to the polls because there is no clear and defined winner, no matter how much you recount it. I mean, there's only 1,000 difference. It's up to people to go back and vote. And if there's still a tie, another 1,000 difference at the second election, then we're going to have to come up with something. Because, yeah, that's just my point of view on that. I could be completely mistaken. Ricky Kitty. Yeah, you're stirring up trouble, cat. Yeah, you're stirring up trouble. That's my coffee, by the way. I know you're not used to me drinking it this late. There's my big pussy cat. My big baby boy. So, I don't know. Given the current, I mean, American politics is even more decisive, more opposite, in the States than it is here in Canada. Although Canada is kind of, we used to have like middle ground, but our middle ground party decided to go way far left. So, from the center. So, I mean, but in the States, it's completely, it's either blue or red. And there is like no real middle ground. So I found it a little bit funny that a lot of this, I don't know what to say really, folks. Uh, it's kind of, I don't know if it's better for you folks down south in the US to have it revealed in a day or two. Just so that, it's hard to coordinate anything. I maybe that's the reason why they decided to do it this way because I don't think we'll have a decisive leader this evening. What is this? The economy, state of democracy, abortion, immigration. See, immigration should be the most important. Foreign policies, also very important. Abortion should not even. Well, here in Canada, it's been resolved for like 20, 30 years now, if not more, if not 50 years. The economy, yes. State of democracy. I mean, hire more people to count the ballots is all I can see here. But yeah, Americans have so many issues. Canada does too. A lot of people in the States. I used to hear stuff like Trump was like a demon incarnated or something like that. And man, compared to our prime minister, man, he's a saint. And that's saying a lot. Our prime minister is like literally again all week and all month. Nothing's been getting done in our parliament. No bills, no nothing's getting done because there's so much corruption and he was ordered, the government was ordered to, hand over documents because a lot of insiders were funneling monies in the hundreds of millions, which might not seem like a lot for, it's not in the billions like in the States or the trillions, but it's still a lot of money for Canadians. So, yeah. I kind of found it funny that, yeah. But we can only hope, right? We can only hope. But yeah, the government, nothing happened, and all they're doing now in question period is saying, well, if the opposition would get a security clearance, which, if he does get it, he's muted. He signs an agreement not to divulge anything from the secret agreement. So, if we learn that foreign entities have been meddling in our things, the opposition leader can't even mention it. Not only can he not do anything about it, he's not even allowed to talk about it. Whereas our government is who you would expect us to protect us against this kind of thing. And they've known it for years, and what have they done? Nothing. So, so Canadian politics currently are not working at all. If you think it's bad in the States, Canada is so far worse off. And we could go to an election, but like we have a minority government, so they need to be supported by an opposition, and we have three oppositions. The Bloc. We also have the NDP and the Conservatives. Conservatives are the official opposition. The Bloc is supporting the Conservatives, calling for an election. But the NDP are supporting the government. And as long as they do that, our government, minority government, gets to stay in power. The only reason why the NDP is doing it is because the leader is getting his pension next February. So if he calls an election now, which he's going to lose, because everybody knows that he's in it for his pension, he would lose that $2 million pension. So it's a sad state of affair. I know. But it's so blatant. Yes, I'm doing it for my pension. It should be illegal. He should be thrown in jail for that. Holding up an entire country for his one guy's pension. So he's not representing the will of his constituencies and all that stuff. So let's see what else is going on here. Polls closes in Nevada. Whoa, road to 270. Trump currently at 168. Harris at 62. Senate is red. 44 to battleground alert. Sam Brock. What's going on, Sam? Let us know. $160. Whoa, that's okay. 168 for Trump, 62. But we know that all the West Coast will probably go to Harris. So it really depends on the Northeast, which also should go. I don't know why. I mean, I live on the border with, Maine and all this. I don't know why they're Democrat this time around. It's like I used to be a long time liberal, which is not quite the equivalent of Democrats, but more loosely liberties and kind of revolutionary, bringing new youth to politics and a breath of fresh air and peace and all that kind of stuff. And, well, that's how I used to see it as a kid. But as you grow up, you do have to spend your money wisely, which I'm not really good at. But I know the importance of it. You have to stick to a budget, which I can't do because it's too crazy currently. Everything, we are taxed out the wazoos, 81 to 168. So see here, I was expecting this to be blue. I hope Maine goes red. That would be awesome. But yeah, history shows that that's not necessarily the case. It's like a stronghold. But I mean, if there's one state, well, two states in the US that should understand that electric cars, although a beautiful concept, they don't work good in the winter. So Alaska and Maine are two states that should understand that Well, here, we have a law in Canada that all cars after 20, is it 2035? Like in 10 years from now, all cars have to be electric or something else other than petroleum-based vehicles. That doesn't work in Canada. It's winter 6 months a year. People are not aware of this, but we have booster cables to boost the batteries in the winter because it's so cold. The batteries, the 12-volt batteries that you guys have down in the States, is just not strong enough for Canada. We would need like 24-volt systems with lots of amps. But, it's not happening that way. So, I'm still looking here. I'm still very interested in seeing what's going on. I need to turn these chat windows off here, so hopefully we don't get too much of that. Man, oh man. District 22, I don't know what district. Oh, New York. Okay, District 10, Pennsylvania. I don't know these district. I don't understand these district things in the States. I mean, okay, they're districts, but I guess I kind of understand it, but whether you call it District 10 or District 11 or District whatever, I have no idea. I think that Washington, the District of, I think it's Columbia, that's the only one I might know what it is. But other than that, see, every time they put Jennifer McCormick here, I think she's like a famous actress. I don't feel like I'm watching the news or in the elections or anything like that. Clinton, Biden. Okay, so they're comparing this with North Carolina. Ooh, man, this is close. For 51 to 47. It's good and it's not good. Because yes, it is a big difference. It's 5 points difference. But see, yeah, you see the overall, the 168 to, yeah, oh man, you guys are still stuck on abortion in the States. That's so sad. That's so sad. I mean, yeesh. How can I say, I don't want to get into abortion politics because here it's been resolved. A woman has the right to everything up until, to the very end, almost, I think. So, plus or minus a couple of weeks, the full 9 months term is up to a woman, to the mother, or, non mother, because if she doesn't have it, then she's not a mother, is she? But you know what I mean. So, yes, legally and criminally, there's issues that need to be discussed because if you don't consider it a life, then it's not like you're killing somebody, but the person might change their idea at the very last moment. So, it's a life until it's not, kind of a thing. And it's not until it is. See, it's so weird of a subject, and I'm a guy. How can I talk about an abortion? Like, I know you Americans like to pretend men can get pregnant, but we're not there yet. I know you guys, the American government have been doing you know, splicing DNA with alien DNA to make a unisex superhuman soldier somewhere somehow, you know, that can replicate themselves somehow, whatever, but it's still sci-fi to me. So, you know, I used to believe in aliens when I was a kid. I don't believe them anymore. Mainly because I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying I don't believe in them. If an alien doesn't come down, in a spaceship and talk to me, then therefore he's not there. Not saying that Donald Trump will come down from the White House to talk to me, but I think that he exists. You know, yes, you can do deep fake, all kinds of stuff, but I still think that Donald Trump is somehow a human being. It could be an alien hybrid, something, we don't know. But he still looks human. I think he's human, but I can see him, kind of, sort of. Man, Wisconsin. Okay. So, whoa. That's more than a 5 point lead. That's like a 7 point lead. Which is good. Which is good. It's kind of weird though, because you guys, we have only like 10 provinces. So you guys can kind of, we only have like 10 states. You guys have like 52? So I really don't know how this is all gonna work out. You have so many districts, so many everything. But yeah, you guys need to get off the abortion thing. Yeah. Somehow, if you don't want people to have abortions, then what do you do with the kids? Because the mother doesn't want the kid, right? So what? Now you need to have foster care, a nationwide security net that will cost taxpayers money to provide the best of the best life for those kids. And do you really want a nation raised? Okay, there's adoption. That's a lot of people may not be able to have kids and would like to have kids. I think there's in this day and age, I think that there's a lot of workarounds. I'm not saying that they're necessarily affordable because I know that you guys in the States have to pay for everything. And, you know, caring for a mother during 9 months pregnancy is not going to be inexpensive if you want a kid, you know. But there's surrogate mothers, there's surrogate all kinds of things, adoptions, and ways to go about getting kids that the person that can't have a kid preventing somebody that can have a kid and they decide not to have that kid be angry and want to change laws and all this. Just let people be free. That's what I was saying earlier, in a way that it's good to somehow have your opinion. I was a liberal, and now the budget, following the budget, and everything that you do has a consequence. Everything that you say when you're a leader has a consequence. Like, I'm here on YouTube. I could let slip a word that, the algorithm doesn't like, and it's done for me. So that's why I don't want to get too much into abortion. But I just hope that you guys have like a decisive elections that, it's clear. It's clear. The thing is that I was looking at the states and the districts. So you have like 45 blue dots and 55 red dots within the same state, which to me means it's a pretty divided state, but then the state is going to one color or the other. And that makes a mosaic and everything else. See, this is still very close to me. But yeah, if the overall is 34 to 44, then okay, you can kind of. But 45, 55 for me, it's pretty much 50-50. You average them out. So that's what I find so weird in the States. So many states, so many districts. But, at least you have a 5%. Wow, 191 to 81. So, see, this is. But see, that it's blue there, and speckled blue here. And man, how do you. How do you. How can I say? How do you mend the differences? Because then after the election, everybody has to work together, right? Even if you agree, disagree, up until the next election, everybody has to work together. And this is, wow, 270. So we are at 270. No, this is more than 270. What's the math here? Road to 270. Oh, is this for a majority? Whoever reaches 270 is the winner. So the first one to reach 270 wins, right? Okay, I thought it was the road to 270 would be like 270 overall, and we're already at, 272, following my math. But see, just 15% in. This is gonna go all night, folks. I just wish everything is peaceful. Strangely enough, what I've been hearing a lot on the American shows is that women vote for Kamala and men vote for Donald. And if you follow that, then you might as well follow the old rules where, you know what? Women need to stay at home, cook dishes, not vote, not have a say, not be allowed to work. We need to go back to that. Then it's only up to the men to decide. And no, you can't say no, that's the reason for wars and stuff. Look, we're still in wars all over the planet. And we have women in politics now for over 70 years. So come on. We haven't had less wars because of women. Yeah, well, in the States it'll be different. Yeah, well, look, Margaret Thatcher, there's been women leaders and. Oh, yeah, but women in every country all around the world. Yeah, still not gonna. As much as we would like to, I really wish that people would just get along. But, you know, the economic times, that's why some people like socialism, because everybody gets a job, right? It's decided by the state. Yeah, well, you're still stuck in poverty and stuff because the state decided that. The state decided to make, the bosses richer than the poorers instead of giving everybody the same salary, which is what communism should be. Everybody gets the same salary no matter what they do. But then, yeah, how would, a dictator get on his spaceship, pay for the fuel for it, if he's paid the same salary as everybody else, right? How would he fly around the world and meet other leaders? So, yeah. So you start with an exception there, and then another one, and then another one, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I don't know, folks. I wish, like, Gene Roddenberry, who invented Star Trek, the creator of Star Trek, the guy that created Star Trek, who had this vision of everybody working for the greater good. No matter, no salaries, no need for monies, no need for possessions, no need to show off. Just be the best that you can be in whatever you want to do, and you get your food out of a replicator. If you don't go hungry, if you got a safe bed to sleep in, an education and all this stuff, that's how you build a better world. You need to make the schools safe and stop talking about all these identity politics stuff. See, that's the thing, Like I said, when I was a kid, I was heading on the liberals, which would be a democratic point of view. And, Canada was, like, I think the first country to legalize gay marriage. You know, it seems like nowadays everybody's like trying to make you gay, and if you're not, then you're bad. It's like, what? How did we get to this point? You know, to accepting people, to trying to change everybody. Man, see, this is what I don't understand. See, this little thing here is blue, probably because it's connected to the other blue there, and the other one's connected to the other blue, and this one's red because it's connected to some more red. But what happens if this one's blue, this one's red, this one's blue, this one's red? Man, it still, like, shows a picture of crazy stuff. I I I don't know. It's just crazy thinking about it. I'm seeing all these pictures here and it's all crazy. Go live. There we go. Oops, is it 10 o'clock already? It's 10 o'clock, folks. I need to go off camera for a bit because I don't. Whoa, what is this? Georgia. See this? For me, this is really close. This shows me that people are really divided down the middle. And you guys need an alternative to this two-party thing. You really need three, at least three. One on the far right, one in the far left, and one in the middle. And yes, having said that, the way that the votes would go would be 33, 33, 33. A third everybody, right? This is super crazy though. I don't know. I might actually take a break here and start streaming again maybe in a bit. Or I can go off camera. I got absolutely no viewers. the it's not pushing out the algorithm at all. I am looking at this and it is super crazy, folks. But I might go back to my other cat channel because, yes, I'm a cat daddy. I love my cats. It used to start off as a just whatever I like YouTube channel. I would talk about stuff that I liked. And, talking about my cats, showing my cats. People were interested in my cats. So it became my cats channel. But yeah, I do still do reviews about all the shows that I watch but I do want to get more into politics and news cuz look, let's face it, I'm no spring chicken, folks. I used to believe, that X-Files poster, you guys are probably too young now to remember this, but Fox Mulder used to have a poster in his office. I want to believe. He wanted to believe that there were aliens out there. I want to believe. Well, when I was a kid, I wanted to believe that the world was probably a much better place than it actually was. But the world is not. I thought that when the internet would come out, everybody anywhere from anywhere in the world, we can all communicate and understand each other and understand that we're all the same. We all have the same fears, similar passions. We're all passionate about something. It might be different. One person might like politics, one person might like sports, the other one likes arts. One's, cuckoo a little bit, but whatever. We all have our, we're all made of the same stuff. And I was really hoping that the internet would make this world a better world. And it hasn't. It hasn't. And how can I say? We've gotten to the point where we had to regulate it so much that now it's completely censored. So I understand not wanting to promote hate and all that stuff. But I'm looking here and Ohio. Ohio. Yeah, I really do need to hide myself here, so that's what I'll do here for a second. Okay, well that doesn't work. Okay. So I can't hide myself, so I'll do it another way, I guess. Where's my cam? There we go. Hey, there we go. So let's go there. And what about this one? Okay. So I'm still there, but you can't see me because, YouTube has these policies. So yeah, we'll just keep on alt tabbing here and Maryland. See 61%, which means the other one has like 39 at the most. So that's a decisive win. I like that. I like 60-40. I don't like 55-45. Yes, it's still 10 points difference, but it's 5% either way, It's too close for comfort. Hello, all of my YouTube friends. Now, in this video, we are talking. Well, let's put a viewer here. And let's put another one somewhere else. Man, this is so crazy. Skipping all these channels. Okay, there we go. Okay. This is so crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. In Oklahoma. Dang, that is super close. 40% in Pennsylvania. Wow. See, that's another thing. There's like half of men and half women on the planet. If all the men vote for the man, if all the women vote for the woman, then, folks, this reveals a much, much different problem in America. Man and women do not agree. So basically, we need a country where all, basically, Elon, we need to ask Elon to send all the women to Venus and all the men to Mars and leave the Earth alone. And all the alphabet people will be like, no, we take the Earth for ourselves. That's what's going to happen. And that's not a world that I want to live in either. But if this is the way that it's turning out, like, okay, I don't know. Maybe it is because I'm a man that I don't want to vote for Harris. But honestly, I did not want to vote for Biden either. So that doesn't work at all. You know what I mean? I I am so see if it's this close. Texas. Well, yeah. Texas was probably the only state that I knew that Trump would win in. I don't think Democrats are liked much in Texas. And it's funny because growing up, I didn't really like Texas as a state. I don't know why. Yes, I like cowboys and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it was because of Dallas, the show, and I hated JR. I mean, I didn't really watch it, but they made him really despicable in the show. My parents would watch it once in a while, and man, when my parents would sit in front of the TV, we did have like two TVs growing up. It's not like today. A lot of people had only one TV or two TVs. So, you know, one TV was split between me and my sister, and my mother would watch whatever my father would watch, right? Or maybe my father would be like, okay, wife, you want to watch Dallas? Let's watch Dallas. I don't know whose idea was it to watch Dallas, but if my sister it was her time on TV and I was stuck watching the other TV with my parents and stuck watching Dallas just because I didn't want to watch Care Bears or whatever my sister was watching, then yeah. It's not like, once it's dark, you have to be home. It's not like in the evening you could call up friends and go to their places to watch TV there. You had to be home when the lights came on in the streets. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that, I would say. Not an easy situation. Okay, I'm ready to come back here. Main. There we go. Back. And let's turn on the camera for this one. Is it this? There we go. So Alabama, 201 to. So it's still good. Oh, man, there's only 10 points difference between the both of them. On the road to. This vote. TX Senate seats. Arkansas. 50% in. I don't know, folks. I don't like watching these people counting ballots, really. I don't know what CNN is up to, but let's see what they have here. That's all they have. CNN is watching ballot counts. Man, CNN has the worst YouTube channel ever. Hey, kitty cat. Come and see daddy. Hey, big boy. You hear me talking and you're jealous because I'm not playing with you and I'm not talking to you. But you're my big baby boy. Oh, he decides to go. I have his chair. I have a little computer chair behind me. And that's his way of joining daddy. Spend some daddy time. He's in his chair behind mine. Like I do like daddy does. Daddy sits in his chair and talks. So he comes around and talks. So I don't know what this thing about the Senate. Why do you have elections for the Senate on the same day that you have elections for your president? So, is that like a thing? It's like the first time I mean, I should know this at my age, but I don't. And I guess things are different in the States because here the Prime Minister elects the Senate. I know it seems super weird because obviously, you know, a liberal or a conservative, because it's like the two main parties. I don't think the NDP ever were elected as a majority government. I could be mistaken though. Maybe it did happen one time 70 years ago. I don't know. That was before my time. But yeah, Iowa, Trump in the lead. Oh man. It's really close too. Senate's going to be pretty divided. So yeah. So here, yes, our prime minister elects or nominates the Senate. They're there, I think, for life, if I'm not mistaken, here in Canada, or until they decide to retire. So it's not like we redo the entire Senate over and over again. See, this is what I was talking about. You have one state and all these districts, and it's multicolored. I mean, for me, I look at this and I still see 50-50. So I would be like, okay, well, these states here have more women than men, and here they have more men than women that are voting. But it's a slim margin. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I heard a lot of states people saying, yeah, most women that I've spoken to are voting for Kamala Harris, and most of the men I'm talking to are voting for Trump. So man, if this is crazy. Honestly, though, I was expecting Harris to become president. I know it sounds strange, but I never thought that Biden would go through with his term. And in many ways, I'm right because he's been absent for what, 2 or 3 years now. Basically, he won, and we see him, but nobody believes that he's actually running the country, except he's still alive. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting him to, you know, hand over the reins to Harris, and therefore Harris becoming the first president. Although she wouldn't be there for very long, she would have to call for elections. But that's how I saw things up until Biden was elected. And even maybe 6 months after he was elected. I really didn't think that. I thought he looked old. He was too old to run the states. And yeah, figured that it wouldn't be long. Harris would take over. And by de facto becoming the first woman president of the states. See, this is what I'm talking about. 59 through 37. See this, man. 49.3, 49.2 in Nebraska. Whoo. Okay, so back to a 20-point lead here almost. At least 15, 16. New Hampshire, New Jersey, man. You're northeastern. I get it. I get it. But times have changed. Priorities are changing now. And a lot of what Trump was telling me made a lot of sense. Maybe that's why my videos are not getting pushed out by the algorithm currently. Might be because they don't want me affecting the places that are still voting. Even though I'm Canadian, I don't, I'm just talking, I don't really have opinions here. But let's see, 52, 46, 73% of the votes in North Carolina. So, and that looks like, the periodic table with all these letters. It's a tight race. It's a lot tighter than I thought it would be. I really thought that Trump would be a landslide, and it probably would have been if Biden was still in the race. I didn't think that putting Harris in the chair wouldn't change anything. But Americans are proving me wrong. Been wrong by about a lot of things. And this is definitely one of those things. Strangely enough. I I don't know what to say, folks. Hello, all of my YouTube friends. Yep, hello, all of my YouTube friends. Okay. I almost feel like I need to get on my other channel and talk about these elections there. I don't know. Because the algorithm really is not pushing this at all here. Man, oh man. This is incredible. Virginia. Wow. I am so. I don't even know how to describe this. Honestly, I don't. It's too close. Too close. Wisconsin. Look at that. Too close to call. If there's too many states that are too close to call, 47% in. Okay, let's go here. Election. There we go. CBC. What is Canadians or global news? Wow, global is actually having less viewers than CBC. What is the CBC saying? Man. I am not looking forward to what the CBC are saying. Oh yeah, I already did that one. Okay. So let's stay here. And no thanks. This is so annoying, YouTube. 195 to 90. Okay, so somebody got like 4 more. Elect, 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 elect. Oklahoma. I'm looking at the chat. People are just spamming who they want to win. Ooh, elect. South Carolina. See, this is more like what I need to understand. So to win, you need 270. So will they reach it tonight? I don't know. We can only hope, but if there's too, man, a lot of the places was too close to call. Utah, Trump. Okay, so I'm going to need another YouTube here. Let's look at global because election. There we go. And let's look at global, what they say here. $198 to $112. That just jumped up a lot. But yeah, it is looking almost like 100 difference now. The House, Idaho, Senate 4736. I don't know where they're getting these numbers there because it's a big difference. Okay, that's NBC. This is Fox. See, they're talking about all these different things now, but too close to call in Pennsylvania. Illinois 69 in. See, in Canada, it's easier to understand what's going on in the States than watching American channels. That is like super, super crazy. But I don't see how global has such a big difference. Popular vote 51 to 48. That is still super. Okay, this is in Georgia. Okay. Putting them one away from what? I don't know why there's such a big difference between 195.91 and 198. I don't understand this. House 89, 134, 218 for majority. There's still a lot of stuff here that I don't understand. Why there's such a big difference there. 144.96. Louisiana. Maine. Oh, man, no, not Maine. Maine is my neighbor. They're right across the river here. I'm on one side of the river. Maine. The state of Maine is on the other side. Man, you guys are voting Democrats. Yes, I'm voting for Trump, even though I can't vote for Trump. But if I had to, and it's not because I'm a man, I'm just thinking here that, yeah. Crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. Okay, so I guess I will end this here and maybe come back later. But I didn't want to spend too much time. I've already been at this for what, an hour and 17 minutes, an hour and a half. So I'm keeping an eye out. So I just wanted to put some content here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. It would really help it out. And I will see you all later, folks.